Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, a top AEW star has a new ring name.
A new era for AEW Dynamite.
Jeff Jarrett just had his salmon jacket moment.
And is this the end for an AEW Tag Team? I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
Welcome to 2025. It is a new year.
Same old us.
Yeah, I was trying to find some kind of catchphrase. I could not quite get to it. But hey, look, let's start this one off by talking about Cope. He's just Cope now. Adam Copeland is now just Cope. This name change was made official on last night's Dynamite.
Yep, sure was.
Which was the Fight for the Fallen special episode. It is to benefit people impacted by the terrible scenes in Nashville last year, a few months ago. And obviously that has a knock-on effect the last weeks and years and months and everything else. FTR are from there. Copeland lives there. So Copeland returned at World's End. He was teaming up with FTR, rated FTR. I like their jackets. They're very nice. Teaming to face the Death Rider trio of Wheeler Yuta, Claudio Castagnoli and Jon Moxley, and Copeland was just announced as Cope. So that's his ring name now. He is just Cope. He had it on the lower third thing. It says Rated R Superstar Cope. The ring announcer called him Cope, and he called himself Cope. So I guess he's just Cope now. Afterwards, Michael Dawkins, who's like a lawyer, the gimmick attorney, I think he calls himself. He does a lot of wrestling trademarks and stuff. He posted with Cope afterwards holding the trademark application.
Good job they aren't gone now. A lot of people wanting Cope for 2025.
Yes, Cope. Look, this is a very on-the-nose adjustment, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know why it's happened, to be honest. I've been completely out of the loop the last 2 weeks. So I'm just I guess you're Cope now.
Cope.
I mean, we did go through, 2 decades of calling him Edge, so...
Can we bring in Elijah Burke? We can have Cope and Pope.
They could call their new tag team, instead of Rated FTR, the DCC. Dax, Cash and Cope.
Why not? Why not? So, he was Edge for years and years, obviously. Maybe he just wanted to go back to being a single syllable guy?
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, I mean, it's not as bad as taking away Austin Theory's first name and just calling him Theory. That was weird. But it does kind of have a bit of that late 2010s WWE energy where they would just chop names up for no reason and people would lose surnames. But look, he probably said, I just want to be Cope. It's not like it was forced on him or anything.
Maybe Tony Schiavone forced it on him.
Maybe, yeah. Cope Upland. Bring back the Cope Upland.
Adam, just make it easier on me. Just call yourself Cope.
Yeah, there you go. Imagine if he just changed his name to Adam.
Yeah.
Making his way to the ring. Adam!
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe there was too many Adams in AEW.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could see why that would get confusing if you're Vince McMahon. What a weird thing. I was hoping for a big news story to start the year off. We just got a name change.
You're Mox? Well, I'm Cope.
I'm Cope. It is like if Moxley just changed his name to Mox, isn't it? Or Claudio's just Cass.
Oh, I like that. So let us know which wrestlers should just take the first part of their surnames.
Yeah. I mean, that could get you some dodgy answers.
But then again, that wouldn't work, actually, because, you'd have Claudio, so Cass. But then what would Orange be? Cass.
Oh, no. Too many Casses. Although, Orange Cassidy would have 2 S's. Cass.
Good point.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you...
you could call Claudio Big Cass. Oh, wait a second. Oh, no, it's got complicated again.
It's like, imagine Big Bill's name was just Bill. This is what they've done here. This is what's happened here.
I like Bill.
I like Big Bill. Bill. I'm Bill. Hi.
Oak, you'd have as your continental champion. Oak. Os. For
Os. Yeah. Fletch.
That's
not bad.
That's what his mates call him, Fletch.
If he was a geek, Fletch would not be too bad. Lee Moriarty could be Mo or more. What's going on?
Your TBS champion would be Mun.
She could be Mo as well. Why not?
Yeah.
You got multiple Mo's. John Morrison, he's there. Mo. There you go. We got triple Mo.
Well, there you go.
What a load of rubbish.
Maybe a sign of things to come in AEW.
Get Mark Henry back, he could be head. Why not? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, love for Mark Henry.
Legend. We'll talk about Salmon Jackets in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of.
But let's stick with AEW Dynamite. Big simulcast, whatever it's called, Telly and HBO Max, of course, for last night's Fight for the Fallen, which, again, just to reiterate what Andy said, was for a fantastic cause. But not only was it simulcast and all that, but it had a new theme by the Pointer Sisters. I'm so excited.
Hot new hit?
Yeah.
Straight off the press.
What was it? September 1982. And a re-release in 1984 as well. Obviously, you got Saturday Night Alright on Collision. AEW love splashing the cash and spending a bit of money on classic songs. What do you think of it?
I think it's an all-time bad song. It's better than the Beatles. It's not quite that tier, but it's not one of my historic favourites. I think when it comes to wrestling themes, right, like a show's theme should make you want to see people fight each other, right? So like the original Dynamite theme, it was very pro wrestling. It was like new metal-y kind of, very pro wrestling of the 90s and 2000s. But it kind of fit the bill because that's what wrestling's been for ages. I think that's a good choice. Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting is a good choice because it's a song about fighting. And you're watching the show. This is just a cheesy, rubbish, garbage pop song that I do not want to hear, and I don't know why they did this. Actually, I do know why they did this. There is the HBO Max, all of that stuff. The big debut, right? They wanted people who are maybe viewing it for the first time to go, I know that song, so I'm going to watch this show.
And I'm excited now through hearing it.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
It's like a mind trick.
It's a crap song. The thing is, right, I have to take it with a pinch of salt because it's a song you've heard 2,000 times before. So, like, I can't actually say it's a crap song. It's just one I'm sick of. And I kind of wish they hadn't done it, to be honest.
I think it's one of those things you're just going to immediately forget about and get used to, despite everyone's going to kick off on social media.
This is it. This is the thing. I literally never watch the opening. No. So, like, I just skip a minute at the start of the show. So, hey.
Let's be honest, when it comes to wrestling themes, there's Nickelback and there's everyone else. So, if you can't get that, you might as well go for the Pointer Sisters, I suppose.
Jeez. My all-time favourite irony one is AC/DC. Yeah, you're ready for a good time. When SmackDown sucked under Vince McMahon.
I am, but I'm not going to get it watching this show.
I'm gonna have a good time if I press fast forward. It's ultimately one of these things. It doesn't matter.
No.
It really doesn't matter. But I mean, they're not exactly going to get Cannibal Corpse, are they? Like,
no.
Imagine that.
The difference between that and It's Raining Men. Do you think that was going to be?
No, that would be better because there's like
one women's match and the rest of it is men.
No, it's raining men. Bunch of dudes flying out the sky.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good concept.
Most importantly, they had their big stars, of course, on the new graphics and stuff. Big Boom AJ, and Shaq and Snoop. So
yeah. Shaq and Snoop have been back so many times. Big Boom AJ teasing a feud with Chris Jericho, of course, recently.
Hey,
Chris Jericho.
Just when I thought I couldn't like that guy even more.
Yeah, I mean, can Big Boom AJ get a good match out of 2025 Chris Jericho? I think we're gonna find out.
Yeah,
there you go. I'm so excited about that. And,
I like that. It's just like, I'm so excited. Oh, you tricked me, Tony.
Yeah, you silly boy. Right. Should we talk about Jeff Jarrett and salmon jackets and teasing retirements, but not really teasing retirements? Okay, so this week's episode of Dynamite, a segment with Jarrett was kind of advertising in
Jar, as we're calling him now.
Jar? Gee whiz.
Here he comes. Jar.
So Jar was advertised for the show, and it got a lot of people going, oh my god, is he going to retire? Is he addressing his future? All of this stuff. When an older wrestler says they're going to address their future, retirement comes into your head. But because this is pro wrestling, and because this is Jar, it wasn't really a retirement. So they had a backstage segment. He was with Karen Jar of Car Jar. Of course. Hanging out, and she was like, look, she was giving him some support, G'ing him up a little bit, and Jarrett's like, okay, I'm going to go out there. And he basically went out there and kind of did kind of a similar tease and then a swerve and said, no, actually, I've signed a new contract, this is my last contract in wrestling, and I want the blooming world title.
Yeah.
So, swerved the whole thing around because, look, he's Jeff Jarrett is one of the all-time great workers, and he kind of pulled a little swing around there. So I'm not going to lie, I didn't buy the idea that this guy was retiring. No. But at the same time, I'm very excited for a Jeff Jarrett glory run.
Yeah, I like the fact that they've made something out of this rather than just be like him quietly signing contract, potentially, like you say, his last contract, and him just sort of going about it. Like, yeah, he wants to ride off into the sunset with all of his goals completed. It would be funny if, after everyone saying from the moment this thing happened with the Death Riders that it was going to be Derby, if it's Jeff Jarrett the one that finally stops the Death Riders.
Satnam Singh destroying them all.
Singh.
What?
Sigh.
Yeah. What have we done?
They've broken us already on 2nd of January.
They're literally 10 minutes into the first video of the year. Good grief.
Jar. I mean, I like the fact that presumably we're going to have a sort of Cena-esque, right, here's the last things I want to achieve in my time with AEW. But yeah, he's not messing about. He says, I don't want any of that trios or tag nonsense. I want the world title. I don't think Moxie's going to take too kindly to that.
No, sir. Jeff Jarrett can still go as well, which is like, as we saw last year with Bryan Danielson, with with Hangman Pa as well. He can still do it. So I'm excited for this. I think Jarrett has been a big net positive.
Absolutely.
TV,
yeah.
So,
yeah, I'll be honest, I had no idea this was happening until I sat down to watch Dynamite this morning, and I went, well, don't go.
What? Don't retire. You're
so
good.
I was happy about it.
We love Jeff Jarrett over here.
It might not be the end for Jeff Jarrett just yet, but it seemingly is heading towards the end for the Acclaim. This has been going on for a long time, of course, with Max Caster being a knobhead. Calling himself the best wrestler alive, whilst Anthony Bowens is like, what are you doing, mate?
You just lose.
But yeah, I think they've been on the outs for a while, but that seemingly is being expedited now because there was a miscommunication, wasn't there, on the last ever Rampage? And, did you mean to hit me? No, I didn't mean to hit you and all that. Anyway, last night it was the Acclaimed versus the Hurt Syndicate, and Bowens at one point after Caster was like, I'll take it from here. And he's like, that's not a proper tag. I wanted to stay in the match, and he just got pissed off with Max Caster, as you would. And he just went, you know what, I'm just going to leave you to get destroyed by Shelton and Bobby Lashley. Ben and Lash. And
Ben and Lash.
And yeah, it seems like they are heading to Splitsville.
So we found the other Cass, Max Caster.
Yes.
And Bo. Cass and Bo. All right, sure.
Prince Nana could just be Nan.
Yeah. Or nah. Just nah. Nah. I'll give you his catchphrase.
Strickton is Nan. I like that.
Gee whiz, we've killed the town here.
Yeah. We're back, baby.
They've been teasing this for ages, like you say. I think the Max Caster just getting his ass kicked constantly is a good bit.
He's a good heel. He's a good heat magnet.
Yeah, he's like I wouldn't necessarily like use him as like a top level, world title heel or anything like that, but like as a guy who can get squashed and look like an asshole, he's doing a decent job, and that's an important role.
And I'm really excited to see what they do with Bowens.
Yeah, me too.
Going forward.
Me too. I think look, people have been just tired of the Acclaim's act for ages.
Yeah.
It's not anything to do with Bowens. I don't think it's Max Caster's he's a button pusher, isn't he?
Yeah, sure is.
And it's just worn a little bit thin, and I think that a lot of wrestling acts have a shelf life. I think the Acclaimed have reached theirs. I think that a lot of the daddy ass stuff didn't help. But it's a good thing ultimately. I think they will both be better off. Now, as singles wrestlers, and a Bowens face push could be really, really great.
And the reunion will be great in the long term.
Yeah.
I like them. I've liked them as a tag team, former champions, of course. But I think it's time for everyone to go their separate ways.
Yeah, definitely. And their rise was really organic with the Swerve and Our Glory stuff, and then even like at Wembley last year, like winning the trios belts against the House of Black and stuff. So like they've had a great run, the Acclaimed. It's just coming to an end now, and that's okay. So hey.
Just as this video has come to an end. But we'll be back later on today with another news.
Yes, we will. I was going to say it's here, but it hasn't been published
Not yet.
So how could it be here? But there is something else that will tickle your fancy right here. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Mo. Cass.